Live from downtown Bakersfield, 23 ABC News starts now.
Local officials are gearing up to make sure everyone enjoys the start of 2020 in a safe way. We'll tell you what authorities are saying ahead of the big night.
And if you still haven't figured out where you want to ring in the new year, well, there's a variety of events that are going on around Kern County. We will touch on several of them.
Good morning and thanks for joining us for 23 ABC News at 6 a.m. I'm Melissa Flores.
I'm Mike Hart. Glad you're here. Let's bring in Elena Rusk, and she's taking a look outside to see just how cold it's going to be at the stroke of midnight.
44.
I mean, a lot of people, I don't want us to use the word cheat, a lot of people celebrate early at 9.
Cheat.
9 o'clock. 9 o'clock Pacific time. Yeah.
There's nothing
because
wrong
you
with
watch
that.
the ball drop live in New York and you say,
that's enough for
okay,
me. Yeah.
But
who's getting up in the morning?
Off
Who's getting up in the morning? Okay, that's enough.
the new year rested though,
you
right?
do.
Yeah.
You do.
Get off
and
on a good
so
foot.
many people have those resolutions, right? To be healthier, to sleep more, to drink more water.
Yeah.
What's that like?
I give it a week.
Let us know. I give it a week. But yes, so as we are getting ready to celebrate the new year, it's 44 in Bakersfield at midnight tonight. It'll be 35 in Tehachapi and Fraser Park. Yeah, so keep that in mind. You're going to need to grab your coats if you are heading outdoors. We have a dry pattern in store, so it is a calm and quiet morning. That does leave us with a chance of fog. It's mainly developing north of the Kern County line. We're at 39 here in Bakersfield, 36 up in Tehachapi, and we still have that freezing fog advisory in effect for that region. It's only the second time I've seen this here locally, and I've been doing this for about 11 years. So fascinating. Thankfully, we're not seeing it develop, but we still have the potential for it for the next couple hours. Visibility is looking okay for now, but you see Delano, it's fallen to about 5 miles. That swath of gray just north of there, that's where the dense fog is forming. And it's still trying to form on the west side of the valley, mainly the I-5 corridor this morning. Sunrise tends to be our most dense. We're doing okay for now, but more fog chances tomorrow. As for this last day of 2019, 59 here in Bakersfield, 60 in Lamont and Arvin, only 46 in Fraser Park and Tehachapi this afternoon, 56 in Isabella. All of those passes are open, but watch out for that fog trying to develop early this morning.
Many people will be celebrating as the clock strikes midnight tonight, and Bakersfield police say they're going to be out in full force on one of their busiest holidays of the year.
There will be extra officers out both for the patrol functions as far as responding to calls for service or any kind of activities that are going to be going there, as well as an increased number of traffic units out for traffic enforcement, DUI safety.
The BPD says DUIs are a big reason, and even if you're sober, they're asking to keep your eyes peeled, and if you see something, report it right away. However, one of the most common calls that their officers respond to on New Year's Eve is house parties.
Please being respectful to your neighbors as far as if you are going to hold an event. It might not be a bad idea to go around and touch base with your neighbors, let them know what's going on. A lot of people don't stay up till midnight, don't stay up till 2, 3 a.m. Be courteous to one another as you're going forward.
And if anyone needs to report a suspected drunk driver, the BPD asks that you call 327-7111, or in an emergency situation, of course, dial 911.
And starting tonight at 6 p.m., AAA will be offering their annual Tipsy Tow service for New Year's Eve.
23 ABC's Daniela Garrido joining us live with more on what the service offers, and they say what it doesn't offer. Daniela?
That's right. A lot goes into planning your New Year's Eve night. Well, one of those things that you should plan ahead of time is how you plan to get home, whether that be a designated driver or using a ride-sharing service. But AAA says if worse comes to worse and you find yourself intoxicated with your car, they will be offering Tipsy Tow right here in Kern County for the 24th year in a row. And they say there are a couple of restrictions that do come with this that you're going to want to keep in mind.
There are some restrictions to using the Tipsy Tow program. Callers should keep in mind that this service excludes rides for passengers. It is just a one-time, one-way ride for the driver of a vehicle and a tow for their vehicle for up to 7 miles. Any additional mileage, then the driver should expect to pay the tow contractor's regular rate.
According to CHP, last New Year's Eve, 17 people died on California roadways on New Year's Eve night due to alcohol-related incidents. So AAA wants to make sure this doesn't happen again. This is a free service. All you need to do is call that number on our screen, request a Tipsy Tow service. They can only take you about 7 miles to your home or a hotel that you're a registered guest at. For more information, we're going to have that on our website, turn23.com. For now, we're live in Bakersfield. Daniela Garrido, 23 ABC News, connecting you.
And there are plenty of other ways to celebrate the countdown to 2020 here in town. You can enjoy a 4-course dinner, champagne toast, and 2 live bands at the Crystal Palace tonight. Tickets are $65 to $75 per person. Doors open at 7 and dinner is served until 8:45. If you just want to enjoy the music and dancing, you can always purchase a ticket for $35, which doesn't include dinner, but you can get in starting at 8:45. To make a reservation, you can call 328-7560.
And if you'd like to step into the future by enjoying the past, how about checking out the Mark downtown? They're hosting a Roaring 20s New Year's Eve party. Appropriate dress is encouraged. You know, the 20s thing, the flappers and all that stuff. There will be themed drinks like the Manhattan, the Bee's Knees, and more. Cover charge is $25 per person. That includes an appetizer bar and the champagne toast at midnight. Uptown Swing is playing music for the evening. For reservations, call 322-7665. And the Little Ones has their own little event. The nonprofit Villagers, Inc. is hosting a kids' New Year's Eve Parents' Night Out event. You can register for it online. The group promises to feed your kids, play with them, and keep them entertained while parents enjoy the night out. Kids then stay the night and are picked up the next morning on New Year's Day at 10 a.m. We have a link to register and a list of that information and more that are going on around town on our website, turnto23.com.
And you can ring in the new year on the ice if you'd like by closing down 2019 in Condors town as the guys take on the Ontario Reign. The Condors are coming off 2 wins over the weekend, beating the Stockton Heat 4-3 during 23 ABC night at Mechanics Bank Arena, then a 7-5 win in San Jose on Sunday. The special New Year's Eve party against the Reign has an early puck drop at 5 o'clock tonight. You can enjoy the game and ring in the new year with $5 margaritas or $2 sodas if you prefer that.
Calling all daredevils, how about making a splash to start the new year, right? With the Polar Bear Club. It's going down tomorrow morning at the McMurtry Aquatic Center, Q Street downtown. You're not familiar with the Polar Bear Club? Yeah, it's where people celebrate the new year by jumping into a pool with icy water. And just to make sure it's really icy, they throw in big blocks of ice. You can go down the slide, you can just jump in off the side, then you have to swim 25 yards. That's the big thing. You can warm up afterwards by enjoying some hot chocolate.
I just don't get it.
Yeah, okay. Everyone's welcome to come and watch as well. If you'd like to jump in, you got to be at least 7 years old and up. Tickets are $5. It starts at 11 a.m. tomorrow morning, New Year's Day.
And as we ring in the new year, we have a programming alert for you. On New Year's Day, our morning shows will be a little bit different. Tomorrow morning, 23 ABC News will be on from 4:30 a.m. until 6 a.m. Then Good Morning America will air from 6 a.m. until 8 a.m. Immediately after, we're going to kick off coverage of the 131st Annual Tournament of Roses Parade. And following the parade, it'll be football. Coverage of the Citrus Bowl begins at 10 a.m. The Michigan Wolverines battling against the Alabama Crimson Tide. So because of that, we're not going to have an 11 a.m. newscast. Of course, you can catch all of the latest news stories later on that night on 23 ABC News at 5, 6, and 11 p.m.
A local donor family will soon be recognized at the 2020 Rose Parade in honor of an 8-year-old that passed away from a brain tumor. Each year, JJ's Legacy and Dignity Health honor the gift of life in our community through the Legacy of Human Kindness Award. The family of Nathan Nicolas Street was recognized as a recipient of that award. Nathan was 7 when he was diagnosed with a tumor that began in his brainstem. Despite all efforts, he passed away at age 8 after a 13-month battle with that disease. Well, his parents chose to donate the tumor tissue to research where a live cell line was established. That cell line has now been shared among doctors worldwide. The family will be honored with on the Donate Life Fluorograph float during the Rose Parade tomorrow. The theme of this year's parade is the power of hope.
Bringing in a new year means new resolutions, new laws, and new requirements. One that the California Department of Motor Vehicles wants to remind people about is having a real ID. Starting October 1st, 2020, anyone who plans to fly within the U.S. or access federally secure facilities and military bases will be required to have a real ID or other federally approved documents such as a U.S. passport. If you're headed into the DMV to apply for a real ID, you'll need the following items. An identity document. That can be a valid passport or original birth certificate. A document with the entire Social Security number visible. That includes a original Social Security card or a W-2 form. 2 hard copy documents showing California residency, like a utility or cell phone bill, bank statement, or even your mortgage bill. We have information on what you need to get a real ID on our website, turnto23.com.
If you'd like to close out 2020 on the slopes, why not head to Alta Sierra today? The ski resort posting some new pictures, said they've got fresh snow. They'll be open through the weekend. According to the website, they got 4 inches of fresh powder the last 2 days, 34 inches over the last week, which means you need chains to get up there. Yeah, they'll be open through Sunday, then every weekend and school holidays thereafter, as long as the snow lasts. And Elena, the question real quick before you get into the big picture, will the snow last for a while?
Pretty.
We're going to have those temperatures cold enough?
Beautiful. It's looking cold enough up there to hold on to that base for a while.